Everyone tends to have strong feelings about where they grew up, whether they're positive or negative, and I've had so many experiences here. From making rides for my little brother on the swing set that my dad built for us, to getting our first video camera.
Hello!
I fell in love with making videos of my friends doing cool bike and scooter tricks, making terrible monster movies, and just doing fun little skits. I've always enjoyed doing things that would make other people happy because it gave me the most joy. I feel privileged to have lived in a neighborhood with such a great community, where we could block off the roads to shoot off fireworks in the street, have as many sleepovers as two young boys could possibly dream of, and invite our friends to go hiking or camping with us on the few days the sun wasn't sleeping. At that time, it felt like the most ideal and perfect childhood any kid could ever want. But one day, Lance and I were called into our parents' room for a conversation that I thought would be quick and done. Maybe something about one of our friends or a neighbor. Instead, a separate mattress lay on the ground in between a couple small couches across the room from my parents' bed. And we were sat down for the inevitable news that Mom and Dad would be getting a divorce. My little brother's cry broke the silence immediately, and although I didn't fully understand, I cried too. It's interesting. I remember it being said a different way, but Lance remembers the word divorce sticking out because he had never heard it before, yet knew exactly what was happening. I was disoriented and in disbelief. It was so abstract and out of the realm of possibility in my life that I couldn't comprehend it was happening to us. And so began a time of pain, confusion, and heartbreak. Feelings that were not so familiar to us. There were still more questions, but we didn't want to think about them. Would we have to choose a parent to live with? Would we have to take sides? These were scary questions, but fortunately they were answered quickly. And the answers, although more comforting, were still not the answer to the question of why. Why is this happening? I'm so grateful for my parents for thinking of us first. Even through their struggles, they withheld the reason in order to preserve our feelings so that we wouldn't harbor distaste or resentment towards one parent or the other. Unfortunately, I was able to keep myself busy doing the same things I enjoyed before that. The friendships I had during that time no doubt carried me through most of that period of my life. So to those who knew me during that time, thank you for helping me stay positive. My friends are the most valuable things I have, and even if we don't talk anymore, I still think about them often. And even when my parents were separated, there were still good memories to be made of both places. I still reminisce about playing Halo with my brother and his friends in my dad's house, watching Die Hard and eating Totino's pizzas, shooting our pellet guns into the trees in the backyard, making friends in the cul-de-sac, having dirt cloud wars, building a haunted house in our garage for Halloween, playing hooky, watching more horror movies than we probably should have, and so many more things. Growing up in a place as gorgeous as this, watching the fog-coated evergreens keep their color through the year to contrast against the overcast skies, being able to see the snow-covered cascades from right outside our backyard window, and the beautiful weather that seems depressing to some but brings me immense joy, it almost feels like a fantasy but in the real world. Why would I ever want to be anywhere else? This is where I grew up. This is the place I call home. And despite all the negative feelings this place holds, nothing has ever tarnished my love towards it. There's a beauty to Washington that transcends relationships, material things, and the experience of joy and tragedy in life. Washington would still be here if I didn't exist. It doesn't need me, but I'm forever drawn to it. That may just be my bias, but I've met a lot of people who feel the same way. That said, I think even though the bad memories hurt to look back at every now and then, and sometimes I wonder if things had wound up differently, I keep them all, just so I can continue to love this place as much as I do. And I feel blessed in every moment that I get to be here continuing to make new memories with old friends and new friends alike. Thanks to everyone who made growing up in this little town so special. I will always consider it my home because of you.